Yo, what's up guys, Sam here, welcome back to another video. iOS 13.3 is not something I've talked about in great depth here on the channel just yet because the changes have been pretty few and far in between, but what's actually coming in the update that is dropping sometime next week does include some nice fixes like the ability to remove Memoji stickers from the Emoji Keyboard. And there's a few other interesting bits in this update as well, so if you're excited for this preview, drop a like down below, it does seriously help me out, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest iOS news. Alright, so up first here in screen time, there's a new feature called communication limits, which is an interesting concept. Essentially, on yourself or on whoever you have these screen time limits imposed upon, you can decide who they talk to and when. So if you're a parent and you notice your kid might be texting that, I don't know, that other kid at school that you don't want them to text, you can actually decide during downtime, which is like when you're not supposed to be doing anything on your phone, if you can talk to everyone or just specific contacts and granularly go through exactly who they can speak with. You can also decide who you allow on just in general, if it's going to be everybody or just their contacts. So prior to this, we saw general app restrictions, even broader parental controls, but this is the first time we've ever seen the ability to change who people communicate with, and if you're a kid, I'll just say good luck. Next up, I wasn't actually aware this was a huge complaint until I read the comment sections of some articles, but Memojis, you know, they're hit or miss depending on who you talk to, and a new feature in iOS 13 that Apple added was the ability to insert stickers from the Emoji Keyboard. So for example, in the Messages app, if you go to, your boo to give them a little text right there, you can actually view these right here, and they take up a lot of space. They actually show up before general emojis, which I think was the chief complaint. Now, if you head over to settings, general, and then keyboard, there is a nice little toggle right here that allows you to completely disable them on the keyboard. So you no longer have to worry about those taking up that extra space that wasn't really necessary. Inside of the Photos app, while you're editing a video, there's now a new option that feels a bit more user-friendly, where before, if you tapped on edit and then tried to trim a video or make any edits to it, it would apply that to that clip. You'd have to sort of manually duplicate the clip if you didn't want to lose that original source video. Now when you go to hit save, it offers you the option to save something as a new clip or just save the video sort of in its current state, which is actually nice because if you don't want to destroy that existing video, you no longer have to do that in iOS 13.3. Now outside of big iOS updates like iOS 7 or iOS 11 or even iOS 13, we really don't see icon changes at all throughout the year, but this update 13.3 is a slight exception. Take a look at these two Apple Watch icons. One is from 13.2 and then this one on the right is from iOS 13.3. The Apple Watch icon got a bit of an update. The digital crown is no longer filled in like a Series 3 model, but rather looks like a Series 4 or a Series 5 model, wherever like the ring goes around the digital crown and isn't entirely colored one way or another. It's a tiny change, doesn't really do anything, but it's a little tidbit you can show your friends that they probably wouldn't notice on their own. Now, Safari adds support for a new form of two-factor authentication. We all know this whenever we log into our favorite Google service, we have to then get a text to our phone number and enter that specific code in the little box. You see this when you log into Twitter, so many other sites around the internet. Well, Safari in iOS 13.3 now supports this, but physically with a NFC, USB, or Lightning-based security key. It's actually pretty neat. There's a company called Ubico that makes one where it's just like a little lightning on one end and then a USB-C on the other, where to, let's say, log into 1Password or another application, you could just stick that in the bottom of your device and then it authenticates it physically because that's like the second form of authentication. It's a pretty cool idea. I don't have the best understanding, but that's my best explanation that I can give you guys. As I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, this isn't super far away. In fact, this is coming on either the 9th, 10th, or 11th of December, likely for sure by Friday the 13th of next week, according to a leaked document from Viatel, a Vietnamese carrier. They are going to be getting eSIM support in this update, so Apple's clearly been working with them to make sure that they can collaborate on when this update's coming. So that's all I have for you in this video. That is your preview of what to expect in iOS 13.3. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below. It does seriously help me out, and hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. I've been Sam, hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you in the next one.